Oh, you take that back, Macho Man Randy Savage. Doesn't he make you so mad that you just want to go down there and hit him? Well, maybe not him because he's kind of big, but you just want to hit the guy sitting next to you? Well, not him because he's kind of big too, but you just want to hit his kid? Hey, grab Macho Man Randy Savage.
And boom, just like that, it's Thursday night. In fact, happy Thanksgiving to all our American viewers. You're going to party down with the Video Bros on a Thursday night. I'm Bobby Munson, the man beside me. Sing it with me, people. It's the man with the angelic voice, Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, I'm happy to see you, brother. How are you doing?
I'm happy to see you, Munson, and happy to be here for another Thursday night of Bring Respect Radio, especially when it's pub trivia night, baby.
Pub trivia night indeed, and we will get to that here very shortly as we welcome in BDJ 306.
Yeah.
First here for trivia, so
Hell yeah.
BDJ right down on the board. BDJ 306 playing over on the Twitch side. Then we've got, of course, the reigning champion on the YouTube side. I've yet to see him talk on the YouTube side, but it's my Brunch Buster brother right there. It's Chris Parrish saying, no, you were the first to respond. But there we go. Now, so I might as well. We got Chris Parrish going. I think he wants to unify the belts tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody's been wanting to have a crack at getting both titles in their hands. Parrish could very well do that here tonight, but BDJ fighting back saying he was definitely first, despite what Parrish said. Bobby's up now. It's Bobby Stats. How are you doing? Said Rocky
Bobby.
Wrestling against Mascara Dorado at MLW One Shot for the MLW Middleweight Championship. What a card that's turning out to be on the 7th. And Pub Smokes, I got to ask, unfortunately, you were unable to make the tailgate watch party, but how did you feel about that moment at the end of the match after that intense 48-minute battle for the heavyweight championship and that sudden, holy shit, we did not see that coming. In fact, Hammerstone swerved us all that evening.
Absolutely, and swerving like the wrestling world, even in the business sense, too, after the kind of drama that had occurred. And when he finally acquired his release, what does he do? Work some one-shots for MLW. Nicely done, Hammerstone.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see how One Shot turns out with everything that's going on. But yeah, it's going to be great for MLW moving forward. Speaking of great, how about this? This gentleman's going to be joining us next week on Ring Respect Radio to talk all things Prairie Pro Wrestling for Saturday.
Hell yeah.
It is the third video, bro. Basser's up in the house. How are you doing, Basser? Bobby mentioned Griffin McCoy joined Tony Deppen and TJ Crawford today on MLW Fusion. There was a lot on MLW Fusion today. MLW Fusion on Thanksgiving. Check it out. I watched that one here this evening. Good episode of Fusion. Definitely recommend it. Check it out. BDJ Turkey Day, Trivia Day. Let's get rolling. We will get rolling here very shortly for sure.
Surprised he's not watching football right now. There's about
Bobby's
1 million games on.
Yeah, Bobby really loved the Fred Flintstone MFer that we got there on MLW the other night. I don't know if you saw Freddie Flintstone. I want to say Twinkle Toes, but that's usually a reference to another wrestler in the industry right now. But Fred Flintstone made his MLW debut there at the Fightland show, if you didn't catch that one, Pop Smokes.
No, I did not, Munson. Tell me more.
Well, during the Luchador tag match, there was a gentleman there that comes out, is in-ring gear, is that of a caveman, but he comes out wearing the full Fred Flintstone gear. And definitely check it out on the OLE YouTube channel. There is a clip of myself, Chris Parrish, and Chris Best all chatting it up and talking about that particular scene in a very comical way. I know Bobby Stats was rolling. He was rolling with some of the stuff we were coming up with there. So a lot of comedy was had during that particular encounter.
I watched a bunch of the watch along, but I didn't quite see that part.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I vaguely remember it because I was definitely a little on the intoxicated side by the time we did the watch along, but I was in good spirits. Anyway, I'm thinking to myself right now, where's CBRS Entertainment, the reigning Twitch champ here? I mean, I kind of want to get this show started. I want to get trivia going because I got 15 questions here for everybody tonight for the 5th edition of What the Fuck Do We Know About Wrestling? And I don't know, Parrish, you throw him a message maybe or to get him. Let's see.
He's double booked.
You don't want to get the champ in here, do you? You just want him to have to forfeit, relinquish his title. Bobby's ready. Bobby wants to win that belt back over on the YouTube side. I know that. Do we give it a couple more minutes for the champ to get here? Do I dare message him and give him the opportunity to come in here?
Oh, yeah. Give the champ some respect.
Yeah, well, Parrish, you were already here, brother. You knew you would be. I figured that just comes with the territory that you were going to be here to defend your belt. But
Parrish told Best that the show was canceled or postponed, maybe, so we can unite the belts.
Hold on, ready to defend your belt? Champ. There we go. There's his opportunity. If he doesn't make it in here, yeah, if you're a champ, you be here. That's on him. Hey, I'm giving him one last opportunity here, Parrish. We are going to get started. And hey, if he shows up late and has to get into the mix a few questions behind the rest of you, well, that's just opportunity for anybody playing on the Twitch side to really claim the championship for their own here tonight. Brian Carter is back in the house. Papa Smokes, here's the name we haven't seen in a while.
Woo!
Hell yeah, Brian Carter. Unlike Parrish, I am man enough to come out of retirement and go for the goal. Oh, this is what we love having Brian back on. There it is. Yeah. How are you going to deal with that one, Parrish? Come on, man. You're going to have to fight back here. Brian Carter playing on the YouTube side, looking to dethrone the current champion, Chris Parrish, over there. Yeah, and just before we do start, Bobby mentioning that Notorious BB and Tiara James was on MLW Fusion today. Yes, they were. That was great. Tiara James with, they've really been building her up, and now she wants to claim to that belt. So, yeah.
She looks good, eh?
Yeah, it definitely does. Parrish saying this is directed at Brian. I'm assuming if you're a man, you'd be in a ring, is what Parrish is saying. So, it's been all tossed down there. Basser, I got to ask, Basser, if you listen in, brother, are you participating tonight? Are you going to be answering questions? Are you available to do that? See if I'll write your name down just in case, but let me know. Chris Best, I think your time, sir, has officially run out. It doesn't mean he's officially forfeited the belt. If he shows up late, he will just start from that point in time, and he'll be playing catch-up to the rest of the Twitch crew here. So I think it's time, Papa Smokes, that we get started with this thing. We got some very patient competitors up in the house here tonight. I think it's time to bust out a little bit of trivia, especially when we got 15 seconds. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Oh, just forget what Bobby's saying. But what we got to do is let you guys know the rules in case it's your first time here at WTF Do We Know About Wrestling. Rule number one is always, anytime, every time you see him, get Papa Smokes a damn beer, would you? Number two rule, please refrain from looking up the answers. I know that you guys can easily pop on a Google and wrestling wikis and all that stuff, but come on, keep it as fair as possible here. Number three, cut those chat promos, but please be respectful. Only things that are appropriate will be shown on screen. Otherwise, keep that shit to yourselves. Keep it fun and very intoxicated. Always intoxicated up here. And look who it is as I'm talking. Barry Monkey shows up in the house. Happy whatever day it is, depending on where you are, to play, save, and to not cause offense. I'll say happy Friday, Saturday, everyone, or Thursday. That's it. It's rule three. You're not the only one who crosses the line, BDJ. Don't worry about that. There's been a few people in the chat sometimes that I've had to give the old censor to every once in a while. Not naming any names.
Well, never mind Bad Bobby right at the top of the list.
Oh,
that's bad with two D's.
Do it. Double D, Bad Bobby. He's a son of a bitch, that one. He'll never make a return. We've put him to sleep for good. Anyways, it's
I don't know about that.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening.
I can bring him out of you for sure.
Well, push Bobby the wrong way, and Bad Bobby will come out to afterwards.
Oh yeah.
We got Barry Monkey now joining the fray. BDJ remembers Bad Bobby. I guarantee that much.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bobby Stats. That's okay. Bobby Stats is the complete opposite of Bad Bobby. Bobby Stats is good Bobby.
Yeah.
Bad Bobby.
Yeah.
Bad Bobby. We don't need him right now. Not at all. We want to play some trivia. We can't play trivia if Bad Bobby's in the house. So let's get started. Tonight's theme is all about belts. It's championship title belts. And we're going to be going through a whole list, 15 questions in the trivia world here for you. And we got question number one. Harley Race was both the first and last person to hold which of the following regional championships? The Mid-South North American heavyweight title, World Class heavyweight title, Missouri State heavyweight title, and the Georgia National heavyweight title. Your time starts now. And Papa Smokes, I know this one goes a little old school for you. Do you have an idea where this one is?
It's still a tough one, but I think I have an idea. Yeah.
Awesome. Brian Carter, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, too. I know up here in Canada, we do it ass backwards. So we got that out of the way in October. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody celebrating in the U.S. today. We got some answers coming in here, already rolling in. Seems very, very on par right now. Hey, it's Ed Fries up the house. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right.
Hey, had to get
Hey,
a bit of a video, bros, while out with friends for Thanksgiving. Hey, it's trivia night, Ed. I'm not sure if you got time to participate, but we are coming to the end of the very first question. But do hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving. Turkey Day is always a good day. It doesn't matter what day of the week you have it. But we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Papa Smokes, hit him with it. What's your guess on this one?
I think it might be the Missouri State title.
The Missouri State title, which would be C, is what Papa Smokes was going with. And guess what, Papa Smokes, you're the only one that gets a point up in the house here tonight. Everybody else picking B. The answer was C. Papa Smokes, 1-0. So that's a way to get things started. BDJ says, give Ed my point. You didn't get a point there, brother. So unfortunately, there's nothing to give away. Nobody gets a point other than Papa Smokes. So we're still sorry. That was that joint I had before we went live.
You're not supposed to swallow them, Munson.
That's right. Yeah. No, that's you're supposed to put the filters in for that to protect against those kind of things. I missed the question. Glad there was a B. There was a B. A, B, C, D. There was all those choices. My kind of charity. Yeah. All right. So nobody gets a point, but I want to get people on the scoreboard. We want to get everybody getting some points here. So how about this one? Number 2, back when Stone Cold Steve Austin was merely just stunning, which wrestler ended his second WCW United States heavyweight title reign? Was it A, Sting, B, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, C, Mike Rotunda, or D, Big Van Vader? Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, how deep does your knowledge of stunning Steve Austin and his title reigns go?
I thought pretty good, but I none of those names are looking familiar to me. I was thinking Dustin Rhodes somehow, so I got to pick one of these other names.
Yeah, give it a think about. I know that we got Parrish is asking for a repeat. I will give one repeat. That is all right. Okay, the question is, back when Stone Cold Steve Austin was merely stunning, which wrestler ended his second WCW United States heavyweight title reign? Was it Sting, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Mike Rotunda, or Big Van Vader? And we will be bringing the time to an end pretty quick here. Get those answers in. We got a little bit of differences in opinions here when it comes to the answers that I'm seeing in the chat. Come on, everybody. Encouraging you to get that answer in. Give me a letter. Get that in so we can get some points on the board here. Not saying, I mean, we might have points on the board here. We got a few different answers here. Oh, Brian Carter now playing over on the Twitch side as well, too.
Heel turn.
It's a heel turn. Speaking of heel turns, wait till I get this little music video I've been working on. That's going to be fun to show you. No, I have a kid.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you have to have the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Answers are locked. Papa Smokes, what would your guess on this one be?
My educated guess, I'm going with Sting.
And Papa Smokes, you would be wrong. The answer was B, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So Hacksaw Jim Duggan is the answer. Anybody who guessed B, which looks like might have just been Chris Parrish on this one. Yeah, Parrish on both sides of the fence, getting the first point of the night. So Parrish is in the lead on both sides. Boom is right, my brother. Boom is right. As we welcome Dare Amazing back to Ring Respect Radio. Dare Amazing, I'm writing your name down on the YouTube side. You've missed a couple of the first questions, but you can get in on this. You can catch up. It's not too difficult. Parrish has 1 point on Twitch and YouTube, and everybody else has 0. Well, Papa Smokes has 1, but again, Papa Smokes playing for fun, not so much for the belts. So Dare the Amazing on YouTube side of things. There we go. Fudge is right, Barry Monk. You'll get one sooner or later. He Googled it. He might have. Hopefully he didn't. I'm praying he didn't. Stop whining and start guessing right, he says. Oh no, Bobby says. Oh no. So, all right, moving on to question number 3 for you guys. No Googling. The recent deceased Giant Baba traded the NWA World Heavyweight title twice with Harley Race in 1979 to 1980. Who did he beat to win the title the very first time? Was it A, Dory Funk Jr., B, Dusty Rhodes, C, Pat Patterson, or D, Jack Briscoe? Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, what about this one? You got an idea who Giant Baba beat the first time around?
Yep. Yes, I do.
I figured you'd have this one down packed for sure. No mistakes there. But yes, definitely get your answers in, everybody.
Because they used to do a little thing. The NWA would make a tour of Japan, and the start of the week or the start of the month, the NWA title might get lost to a Japanese star, and then, of course, won back before the U.S. guys took off back to America.
Perfect. All right, we got some locked answers across the board, a couple of different ones that I'm seeing anyway. So, and before we do, hello, Asher. Thank you for joining us, and happy Thanksgiving. Happy you were able to make it here. But yeah, we got I'm going to say everybody locked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Answers are locked. Papa Smokes, hit them with the facts on this one. Who was the first one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Jack Briscoe.
And Papa Smokes would be 100% correct. It is Jack Briscoe. So anybody who picked D on this one is going to be getting the point. So we're looking at Brian Carter picking up a point there. Where we got Brian Carter on here. Brian Carter on the YouTube side is getting a point. Parrish is picking up a point again on both sides, it would appear. Bobby, former champ on the YouTube side. Bobby Stat picking up a point as well, too. Or hold on, no, Parrish picked C. Sorry, Parrish. I misread that, dude. No, it was definitely D. So Parrish, sorry. I thought I was reading possibly from the previous ones that were sent out there, but your last two answers were definitely C by the looks of it. He's saying he threw one for you, Brian. That's how it's going. Threw one for you. Oh, and Barry saying bloody ads. Barry, does it give you a warning before the ads start coming up, or if anybody who is a moderator can see that those are coming up for the purpose of tonight's show, feel free to eliminate those ads temporarily if they're popping up. I have no problem. No warning. Okay. Shoot, I'm not sure. Hold on. I'm just gonna see if I pop on over to the right channel if I can see and control those for you guys. All right, I'm going to keep this side open so I can have a look, and if I see that they're coming up, I will try to abolish the ads. No, it was not C, Barry. It was actually D. The answer was D. It was Jack Briscoe. So that was, D was what wins that one. Papa Smokes got a point on that one, too. So we're looking at just a couple of guesses here. We've got Brian Carter with a point, I believe. Was that just on YouTube, or Brian? Hold on. I got to check the stats here. Oh, Brian, I didn't see an answer from you, Twitch, though. So Brian just won on the YouTube side. So we got ones across the board so far. Brian Carter on Twitch. Or not on Twitch, sorry. Brian Carter on YouTube. Bobby Stats on YouTube. Parrish on YouTube. Parrish on Twitch. All at one apiece. So, yes. It's going to be question number 4 time. All right, let's get into this. The Hollywood Blondes. Remember the Hollywood Blondes, Papa Smokes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. That's Stunning Steve Austin and Flying Brian Pillman. Defeated which team for their only WCW World Tag Team title? Was it A, the Steiner Brothers, B, Arn Anderson and Paul Roma, C, Too Cold Scorpio and Mark Bagwell, or D, Shane Douglas and Ricky Steamboat? Time starts now. Pop Smokes, do you have an idea at all on this one?
I I think maybe I do. I'm hoping to get a repeat at some point as well, just those teams again.
For sure. Actually, you know what? I'll give that repeat to you right now here, Pop Smoke. So the teams again, while everyone's getting that in. A, the Steiner brothers. B, Arn Anderson and Paul Roma. C, Too Cold Scorpio and Mark Bagwell. And D, Shane Douglas and Ricky Steamboat. So we got some answers coming in from the chat. We got a couple different options so far. We got Barry's insisting it's definitely B. Barry is dead set that it is B right there, and he's claiming he didn't even Google it. So we'll see what happens when we come up with the result here. So we'll see if he's been doing that. Brian's thinking A. We got some D's in there. We got your B's, your D's, your A's. Nobody picking C at all here so far. So
I was thinking it might be C. Now I'm not sure.
Well, I guess we'll find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. The answers are locked. Papa Smokes, do you want to stick with C or do you want to change that answer at all?
No, I want to change to B. I think I remember them having a number of matches against Arn Anderson and somebody.
All right, but unfortunately, that would also be wrong, Papa Smokes. The actual answer was D. They defeated Shane Douglas and Ricky Steamboat. Austin and Pillman beat the duo of Shane Douglas and Ricky Steamboat on March the 2nd, 1993. When Pillman was injured that August, Austin chose Lord Steven Regal as his new match partner, and they lost the belts to Anderson and Roma.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to have to find out who picked the letter D on this one. Let's just have a look. Barry went B. BDJ was B, but Parrish D on both sides. So Parrish picking up a point both on Twitch and on YouTube. Bobby Stats. He's won that belt back right there. Going with D. Brian went A. Unfortunately, that won't count. And yeah, crap indeed, Brian. When you don't get the right answer, that's the perfect reaction that you should be given. So. But guess what? There's lots of time to catch up because, like I said, 15 questions. We're only at question number 5. And maybe this one will be for those who grew up in the 90s watching a little bit of the old WWF. How did Big Daddy Cool Diesel, a.k.a. Kevin Nash, lose the WWF World Heavyweight title to Bret the Hitman Hart at the 1995 Survivor Series? Was it A, with a sharpshooter, B, with a pile driver, C, with a second rope elbow, or D, with a small package roll-up? Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, do you recall this matchup at all? Was this one that ever made your list? I know Bret Hart you enjoyed, so I'm just curious if you ever saw a match there.
I was watching at this time. It was a brutal time for world champions with Diesel up there, but I saw this match a couple of times. I'm not sure about this exact match between them, but I have a good idea of the finish Bret would have wanted to use.
And you know what? Bret was one of the ones who could get an excellent match out of Kevin Nash. Like, that was the best part about it. Bret could get an excellent match out of many people.
Out of a mop.
Yeah, pretty much. So we got a few different answers coming in from the chat there, but to anybody who hasn't answered, make sure you're getting your answer in because we're going to go to the countdown here right away. That is going to be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. That's locked. Hold on. Bret has won more matches with the small package than the sharpshooter. House shows included. That's fair. Papa Smokes, what's your answer going to be for this one?
Yeah, completely agree. Bret loves that finish for big matches. It's the small package.
The small package is indeed the winner. So anybody who picked D will be getting the point there. And it was a great match, in fact. So we're looking at the letter D going to Chris Parrish on both sides. BDJ picking up a point. BDJ's on the board.
Yeah.
There you go. There we go. Parrish, I'm just going to rewrite this. My writing's getting kind of crappy. There we go. Parrish got 3 points on both sides. BDJ was first, he says. I have facts. That's like, I've got bills I got to pay. All right. Number 6 for you guys. Number 6. Here we go. What do we got? Going back up to the list. Number 6 is, oh, I like this one. Here, Papa Smokes, maybe you'll know this too. Number 6 is who held the Smoky Mountain Wrestling heavyweight title the most times? Was it A, Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, B, Primetime Brian Lee, C, Tracy Smothers, or D, Terry Gordy? Your time starts now. And Barry thinks that I need to get a second piece of paper to keep track of all of his points. I must be missing something here. I've got a second piece of paper, but it's still blank. But is it bad that I never liked the Hitman? Yes, Brian. Yes, it is. Sorry, brother. It just is.
Yeah.
I got no defense for you on that one at all. Not liking the Hitman just doesn't sit right with me as a Canadian. We got a lot of answers coming in. It seems to be across the board. People are going with the same answer here, Papa Smokes. I'm going to give the crowd 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm turning to you, Papa Smokes. Do you have an answer for me? Who held that belt the most times? Uh-oh. We may have lost Papa Smokes temporarily. There he is. He's back. All right, Papa Smokes. Now that you're back, what would your answer be to this question?
I think it's Tracy Smothers.
Tracy Smothers is what Papa Smokes is answering. The unanimous decision from all of the viewers seems to be the letter C, which is also Tracy Smothers. So you would agree with the entire viewing audience, and unfortunately, every single one of you is getting 0 points. It is actually Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, who held the Smoky Mountain World Heavyweight title 3 times from 1992 to 1995, defeated Brian Lee twice, then beat Jake the Snake Roberts for his 3rd and final reign. So no points on that one for anybody. That's a couple I've fooled everybody with here tonight. So yeah. Gentlemen, hello, Melball. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Wonderful to see you. Twitch marks keep copying me. Oh, BDJ, you poor soul. It's actually Brad Armstrong. Where do you get your facts there, Mr. Parrish? Because I'm looking at my facts and it says otherwise.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Bob Armstrong might be one of the choices.
Well, who knows? Anyway, maybe this isn't factually correct, but that wasn't even one of the answers technically. So,
yeah, no, I'm not sure.
We're just gonna let it roll. Nobody gained on us, so I don't think it's too bad. Oh, hold on. I copied Parrish's answer. Does he get -1 for that? So we're deducting a point off of Parrish's total because Brian got the wrong answer copying him. But Parrish, I believe you. I just the show runs long on trivia night, so I'm not going to go double check that fact tonight. If there was controversy over the decision because we had mixed answers, then I'd double check it. But we're going to call it as just a we're going to write that one off as just a whatever. It's a fuck up question. There we go. So number 7. Now let's get back into the game. Who was Tommy Dreamer's first ECW Tag Team Championship partner? Was it A, Mikey Whipwreck, B, Raven, C, Johnny Gunn, or D, Shane Douglas? Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, I know you watched ECW at times. Was there somebody that stands out from this list that you think might be the answer?
No, not at all. Not much of a Tommy Dreamer man, so I'm sure he did hold the tag belts. I can kind of picture him with all these guys, so I'm just going to kind of make a random shot in the dark guess.
All right. It seems like, yeah, everyone's going to take those shots in the dark here, too. We got a variety of answers coming in so far. Give you guys a little bit longer to Google it. No, don't Google it. Don't Google it. We got Bobby just flat out giving me the answer. That works, too. And we're going to go to that countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. First ever one, Papa Smokes, from that list. Who would you pick?
Mikey Whipwreck.
All right. So if Mikey Whipwreck were the answer, I'd say yes. But unfortunately, it's not. And I don't know that anybody got this one either. And again, is this questionnaire fucked up, or are you guys just not getting the answers? Because honestly, the answer was what Brian got. Brian's the only one that got it. It was C. According to this here, C, Johnny Gunn was the answer to this particular one. It was
Never heard of
right
him.
here. Yeah, Johnny Gunn. Dream won the ECW tag titles with Johnny Gunn on November 13th, 1993. He and Shane Douglas, substituting for an injured Gunn, lost the titles on December 4th of that year to Kevin Sullivan and Taz.
Wow.
Yeah. Learn some stuff here on Ring Respect Radio.
Yeah, I still have no idea who Johnny Gunn is, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, not sure either. But guess what? Brian Carter just got a second point there on YouTube. Now nipping at Parrish's heels a little bit, so Champ might be sweating a little bit. And clearly, Chris Best not here to defend his title, so I think Chris Best might have a hard time catching up, and we're going to see that championship reign come to an end here tonight. Going to be interesting to see. Hard to believe Tommy Dreamer is still wrestling, even if calling it wrestling is a bit of a stretch. Well said, Barry. Very well said. Oh, look, BDJ saying Parrish copied him again. And you know what? We'll let this one slide, man. Your ego is bigger than Ric Flair's alimony payments. That's big. All right, going to the next question. How many times did the WWF World Heavyweight title change hands in the 1960s? So obviously that would probably be the WWF championship, just to make that correction right now for you all. You can choose A, 5 times, B, 2 times, C, 1 time, or D, 3 times. As we've got Melball's laughing and rolling. This is usually Bobby who's laughing and rolling on Ring Respect Radio, but Melball's she's got the giggles now too. But
okay, someone said this is 1960 to 1970.
Yeah, so the 1960s. We're going 60 to 70.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the time frame here. So yeah, I'm just reading the answer here just to confirm, and everybody make sure you're getting those answers in as soon as possible.
It wouldn't have been very many.
I mean, it's not very many within the options that they're giving us here either, so it's kind of curious to see what everybody picks.
Yeah, it was different back then.
It really was. Well, mind you, look at right now, currently we've got some very long title reigns happening in the forms of like Gunther and Roman Reigns. So, I mean, there's been a little bit of a callback to what they used to do in the old days. Who would have thought that old style wrestling would fly in a modern world? Anyway, I'm giving you a countdown. It's ad time. Oh, BDJ, thank you for the ad warning. I will give you guys ad break. Sorry, yeah, I gotta keep on this thing a little bit more. It does tell me. So yeah, I will give you guys a few more seconds. We should be back out of the ads now. Has everybody got their answer? Just give me a yes if you've confirmed your answer. Barry, E is not an option. Just A through D. There we go. Thank you, brother. As I'm spitting water all over myself trying to do this. Anyway, okay, I'm going to call it 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, answers are locked. Papa Smokes, how many times did that WWF championship change across the 1960s?
I think the letter was D. I'm going with 3.
3 times. Well, Papa Smokes, unfortunately, you are incorrect on this one. When you said it would be very few times, I thought that you were onto something here. It actually is 1 time, and C was the answer. So it's saying, not counting the tournament final, incepting the title, the WWF World Heavyweight title was only lost once in the 1960s when Bruno Sammartino defeated Nature Boy Buddy Rogers by submission after less than a minute. Sammartino held the title uninterrupted until 1971 when he was defeated by Ivan Koloff. So if you answered the letter C, you're getting a point from Bobby. And that means that Brian Carter keeping it alive there over on the YouTube side. He's now got 3. Bobby Stats right back in there with 3 points as well, too. Parrish is rocking it with 4 there, trying for that title unification. You guys, he's got both belts standing there right at the side of the ring. What are you going to do about it? You're letting it slide. You got to do something. Come on, pick up the pace. But Chris Parrish, you are currently leading on both the Twitch and YouTube side. In fact, Twitch is looking a little lonely over there. I mean, this is starting to become a bit of a runaway for Chris Parrish to take that title away from the, I guess at this point, former champion Chris Best, because I'm thinking at this many questions in, we're looking at question number 9. I don't know that there's enough time for Chris Best to even come in and pull a miracle, like the last minute ditch to try to win. Parrish cheats more than Biden. How many questions, by the way? Chris Parrish, it is 15 questions. We're coming up to question number 9, so I can't officially say that you've snatched the championship on the Twitch side until we've got a little bit further. And you know what? This might actually kind of hold true there, BDJ. Just pay attention. Just saying. All right, how about another question? How's that sound for y'all? All right, we're going to question number 9 of the evening. Number 9 asks us, many fans know that Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson defeated the Samoans to win the WWF World Tag Team titles, but who did they lose those belts to? Was it A, Brutus Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine, B, Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch, C, Tony Guerrero, sorry, Bob Smokes, help me with this one. Garea. Okay, thank you. And Rick Martel. And then D, Mr. Fuji and Mr. Sato. Your time starts now. And Papa Smokes, are you aware of who this might have been on this account?
Yeah, I've got it narrowed down to 2 for sure. I'll have to decide from those 2.
All right. Parrish wants me to say it again just for his Google-loving purposes. Many fans know that Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson defeated those Samoans to win the WWF World Tag Team titles. But who did they lose those belts to? Repeating the answers one more time. Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine, Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch, Tony Garea and Rick Martel, or Mr. Fuji and Mr. Sato. We're counting it down. Apparently BDJ says answer is F for fuck Chris Parrish. Wow, I mean, geez. Can you imagine if Parrish actually got back in the ring one day and made his way out to Saskatchewan and BDJ happened to be in that audience? BDJ might be in line for a little smack across the face if that were the case.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that one.
We'll end up seeing what happens one day. We got the answers coming in. Hold on, get those answers in quickly if you want to get locked in on this one, because we're going to be going to that countdown any moment now. So answers, please. Going to the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Papa Smokes, your best guess at who this was.
I think that it might be Fuji and Saito.
Fuji and Saito is what Papa Smokes is picking. The audience seems to be going for the letter A. Seems to be the popular one. But you'll all be wrong because it's B. The answer is Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch. Atlas and Johnson lost the titles after a 5-month reign to the tandem of Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch. So no points are going to be given at all on this one. Parrish saying, pay me my pennies and I'll show. Hey, dude, pennies are worth more than dollars these days. What can you say? Brian asking if you can give F as a second answer. You can, Brian, because the letter F gets you just as many points as what everybody got here anyway. And Barry saying, we are useless. That's don't worry about it. I threw a tough questionnaire at you guys here tonight. I didn't make this easy. I figured we'd make this one a little bit more challenging, and it definitely has, because again, we had a battle to the end last time out when Parrish won that belt from Bobby over on the YouTube side, and I wanted to make sure that we had enough questions to hopefully get a runaway for a champion and crown someone. Parrish is tight. Oh man, this chat's getting lively out there. It's getting heated up on WTF Do We Know About Wrestling as we're going to the next question. Question number 10 in this 15-question challenge. Who won the most NWA United States heavyweight titles in the 1980s? Was it A, Nature Boy Ric Flair, B, Lex Luger, C, Magnum TA, or D, Wahoo McDaniel? Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, your thoughts on this one? You're not too sure of this?
Yeah, not really. I highly suspect it's one of two of them, but it's hard to narrow it down right now.
For sure. BDJ, who the fuck is Booby? Kind of curious to know who that is that you're referencing. And yes, I'm being a jackass. Everybody, get your damn answers in. Stop calling your shots and get your answers in so we can get to the next question. I'm gonna get to that countdown timer. D, whoever the fuck you say. So Barry's just picking a letter. That's good. Good to know, Barry. Get your answers in. Come on, we're gonna go into that timer, and I will disqualify points if you don't get your answers in. Brian saying B, but he wants it to be C. Parrish with an A. Bobby Stats with a C. Parrish with a C on Parrish. Oh, sorry. So okay, we'll let it slide. He's going C for both. Okay, we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Answers are locked. Papa Smokes, what is going to be your best guess on this one?
I'm going with Lex Luger on this one.
Lex Luger on that one. That would be the letter B. And that would actually be incorrect there, Papa Smokes. And what it is the letter D. D for Wahoo McDaniel on this
Damn
one.
it.
So again, Barry throwing out the guess, and Barry picking up the big 1-pointer on Wahoo McDaniel.
Right.
All right, Barry, you're on the board, my man. Way to go. Oh, Chris Best shows up with 5 questions left to go.
Oh, man.
Champ, what are you doing to me, dude? We're already 10 questions through. Parrish has got 4 on both sides. You have to score a perfect 5 to take Parrish to a tiebreaker question and retain your belt. It is possible. There is hope for you, Chris Best. So let's see what you can do, man. I'm curious to see how this pans out. The competition just heated up here. The champ. It's like when the champ fights back from that medical emergency. They're taken to the hospital. They come back like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. See if they can hang, right? So, yeah. And Barry, you were right. Yeah. And you throw it out there. Yeah. Fuck you lot. Yeah. You're coming back. You got this. Don't worry about it. You can't get 6, though, Parrish. That's the thing. You got to get 5. Hold on here. No, that's right. Never mind. I'll shut up. That's right. I'm good. Okay, Best, you got to get all 5 right, and Paris has to do some missing. There we go. Yeah, and math is hard for Booby. Bobby's fine with it, but, Booby, a little bit different. Mel's still laughing. Mel doesn't need to answer questions. She gets to sit back, enjoy, have some fun. Yeah. There we go. Thanks, Parrish. There we go. Yeah. And remember when Parrish choked at trivia and lost it? Question 10. Parrish, you're taking a fucking shit kicking in the chat here tonight, my man. Man, everybody's dogpiling on the guy who's leading on both sides. Absolutely hysterical. It's like a game show. I'm entertained. That's what we strive for. It is game show night. It's pub trivia night. We're stoned, we're drunk, we're having fun, and we're asking questions for titles that don't truly exist, but in our hearts they do. It's fantastic. I don't hear from the and now Bobby's laughing. Oh, we know it's a good show when we got multiple people laughing up in the house. As we get to the next question here for you all. Yeah, I'm not going BDJ. Sorry, I'm not going to cross that line, brother. Question number 11. Let's get this shit back on track for y'all. Question number 11 is, which Japanese wrestler teamed with Road Warrior Hawk to win the New Japan IWGP International Tag Team titles? Was it A, Masahiro Chono, B, the Great Muta, C, Hiroshi Hase, or D, Kensuke Sasaki? Your time starts now, and have fun with that one. Papa Smokes, maybe? Do you know this one?
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. Papa Smokes, well knowledgeable on old school New Japan Pro Wrestling. We know that Melball in the chat is new school New Japan Wrestling. We have Parrish getting his answer in. Bobby's got his answer in. F again on Booby. Yeah, that Booby. F that guy. He's no C, definitely C from Barry. We got Sasaki coming in from a lot of people here so far. We're going to be going to the end of the question here for you guys very, very soon. Oh, Melwell was coughing. I wonder what was making you cough there, Melwell. But it was a New Japan old school tag question. Once I close the thing here, Rogue Energy, Bobby. Rogue Energy. Yes, Rogue Energy is great. You mean this Rogue Energy, Chris Parrish? This one right there with that ticker on the bottom of the screen? Look at that fancy ass ticker. Yes. But I will tell you the question in the end and what the choices were here, Mel, before we give out the answer. We are locking your questions in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Done. All right. I got you, Mel. What was it? All right. So anyway, I will ask the question. I'm going to say the question one more time for Mel's sake so that Mel can have a crack at this one for the fun of it. Number 11 was which Japanese wrestler teamed with Road Warrior Hawk to win the New Japan IWGP International Tag Team titles? Was it A, Masahiro Chono, B, the Great Muta, C, Hiroshi Hase, or D, Kensuke Sasaki? You want to, and Mel's going to give us Muta. So, Papa Smokes, you said you know this one. Give it to us, brother. What is this one?
Yeah, I think it's D, Kensuke Sasaki.
Papa Smokes rocking and rolling on his old school knowledge of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yes, they won the titles, defeating Scott Norton and Tony Hami on December 14th, 1992 in Tokyo, Japan. So kind of a neat little question there to add to the list. What do we got for people who got this one right? Well, let's go up the list here. We've got Barry Monkey saying C, and I believe that was the right answer, if I'm not mistaken,
It was D, wasn't it?
No, it's D. Sorry, D. Sorry, Barry. It's D. It's definitely not F like BDJ is saying. Bobby, no, sorry, B won't get it. Chris Parrish getting to 5 points on both the YouTube and Twitch side, making current champ sweat a little bit there. Chris Best, your title, man. But you got a point. Best is still in this thing for now. Brian Carter said C. That won't get the point. And Barry Monkey gave me just about everything. We got ads. So, yeah, currently in an ad break, so I won't go to the next one. All right, Muta was NWA or NWO. Barry saying, I'm picking every letter like Chris Parrish. Good strategies, clever. Defending champ Bobby, he's the defending guy. No, he's the defending. I corrected myself. Don't worry. Bobby Stats saying he's only watched the new school New Japan Pro Wrestling stuff. There's some cool stuff out there, though, Bobby. Some really great Japanese matchups from years past that you can check out. You can find them all on YouTube. There are quite a few of them anyway, so take the time to watch them. They're really good. Barry, pay attention. Parrish wrote his answer. He's telling you. So moving on to the next question, because again, we got to find out if we're gonna have a unification, a double champ crown here tonight, because it's looking that way right now. Number 12, who were the first United States Wrestling Association, the USWA Tag Team Champions? Was it Matt Bourne and Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee, Cactus Jack and Sheik Braddock, or Rex King and Steve Dahl? Your time starts now.
What the fuck?
Oh, I've even got you going saying that now, Papa Smokes. Eh?
Oh, man. Does anyone know this? Would anyone know this?
I really don't know if anyone's going to know this. We're about to find out just how smart that is.
I even remember USWA, but Jesus, their first tag team champions? I don't know.
Oh, Parrish needs it said again for Googling purposes. Okay, Parrish. Who were the first USWA Tag Team Champions of the world? Was it Matt Bourne and Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee, Cactus Jack and Sheik Braddock, Rex King and Steve Dahl? I'm going to be going to that ticker right away, so you better not be checking that out online. Not that I'm accusing anybody of anything. And your countdown starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time is up. Answers are locked. Papa Smokes, what's your best guess on this one?
I'm going to go with, who was it? Ron Fuller and somebody else.
Papa Smokes is picking the team of, what was that? Robert Fuller and Brian Lee. And
Right.
that would not be the answer, just like F is not the answer and hasn't been the answer all night. That being for Brian. Oh, because Parrish was obviously Googling, he said. We are going to go give you guys that answer, but the answer to this one, in fact, is Matt Bourne and Jeff Jarrett. The letter A is getting the big points on this one. So we're looking at Brian Carter over on the YouTube side now has 4 points. We've got Bobby Stats still in the race there with 4 points on the YouTube side. Parrish hitting up 6 points on both sides. Clear 2-point lead on the YouTube side and a very clear lead over on the Twitch side. And Parrish apparently is the Tom Brady of Ring Respect Radio's WTF Do We Know About Wrestling. I'm assuming that's some form of compliment. See, and
it means he has deflated balls.
We got BD with this to BDJ 306. I'm British. We don't have Google. I have to phone the Encyclopedia Britannica to look this shit up. Well played, Barry. So we have an argument on the table. Chris Best is putting an argument on the table that it was Cactus Jack and Braddock. Interesting. All right. I will take a peek into this because we might have a false answer. And a challenge is, for the first time ever, a challenge being laid on the table here. Hold on here, Parrish. I didn't stat check the other one because it didn't really apply when everybody gave the same answer, man. Everybody gave the wrong answer regardless of what was on the paper. Had there been a controversy over that, but I'm only fact checking this out of curiosity for what comes up.
Like our fact checkers have it checked before the answer even comes up.
Interesting. But okay, so it says here, like if you're looking on Wikipedia, and I'm guessing this is what you're referring to, it says Cactus Jack and Scott Braddock, August 4th, 1989, defeated Jeff Jarrett, Matt Bourne to win the championships, to win the WCWA World Tag Team Championship. Title was renamed.
Okay, well, yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if that's because of the fact that the belt was renamed. I think that's where the trick comes into this. The lineage of the belt itself applies, but I'm assuming that was because it was the WCWA title at that point, and the questions calling for the particular USWA championship. So I got to make the hard decision here, and I'm going to make the decision in favor of the people who answered for Matt Bourne and Jeff Jarrett. Unfortunately, Chris Best, I'm going to challenge that one based on the name of the title belt. I did give you the opportunity for the fact check, but I am going to overrule it on this one. So yes, call on the stream stands. Yes, call on the stream stands. We are going to. Pop Smokes is wise. Yes, Pop Smokes is a very wise man there, Barry. And Parrish saying he cares for the integrity of the show. That's good to know. Barry Monkey, a false answer. Stop complaining. I never complained when he said Ricky Morton instead of Ricky Steamboat. He tries his best. Parrish is the ruler of all, though. Hey, I had to, again, it was a tough decision. It was a close call, and it was a good challenge from Chris Best. I appreciate the challenge. And unfortunately, it's getting overruled here today, and the point stands for Matt Bourne and Jeff Jarrett on this one. So we're going to question number 13 out of 15, and number 13 says, which WWF wrestler swapped the USWA Southern title with Jeff Jarrett in 1993? Was it A, D'Lo Brown, B, Road Dogg Jesse James, C, Brian Christopher, or D, Gangrel? Your time starts now. Pop Smokes, any idea on this one at all?
Yeah, I think I have an educated guess. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Looking forward to hearing that one. Everybody else, get your answers in the chat so you can let me know what you think here. And hopefully we don't have to do any fact checking on this one. I'm starting to doubt the integrity of the site I've been using for some of these answers here because we've got some good challenges at times. I would say we've got a very sharp chat. Which letter was D'Lo is what is being asked there of Barry Monkey. That is a fair question to ask. D'Lo was answer number A there. And we are coming to the end. We're going to get those all locked in. I'm assuming, Barry, you're going with A then. And we're going to go to a 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Answers are locked. Papa Smokes, what was this one for you?
I'm going D'Lo Brown on this one.
Papa Smokes with A, D'Lo Brown. And unfortunately, that is not the answer either. The answer on this one is going to go to anybody who answered the letter D. If anybody actually answered D, and again, hopefully there's no challenge on the table because I don't see anybody answering the letter D. Gangrel, David Heath, in his Vampire Warrior incarnation, won and then lost the title to Jeff Jarrett in 1993, according to this.
Heavens.
So that's according to this quiz. That's what they're saying. It was letter D. Hey, he's, you're either correct on this, Parrish, or you're exactly smart enough to know which ones to throw when you're in a 2-point lead. Just saying. I know you're not cheating. You're guessing just like everybody else. Everybody's guessing. It's tough. This is a tough quiz. What can you do? You're going to get some right. You're going to get some wrong. And that's the unfortunate case. And unfortunately, as much fun as we're having, we only got 2 more left. As much as we'd like to get to go all night long, we only got 2 more questions before we can officially crown our champion. And yes, there is still time. And I will let you know, yes, score, Parrish, good time to go to the stores. Can we get a daily double on these months? And BDJ, unfortunately, my friend, you might need more than a daily double for catching up there, brother. So right now, the scores, BDJ on the Twitch side has 1. Parrish on YouTube and Twitch has 6. Bobby Stats has got 4 on the YouTube side. Brian Carter, 4 on the YouTube side. Chris Best, 1 on the Twitch side. And Pop Smokes, I forgot to keep count of all your right answers there, my friend. But that's okay because you're not playing for the belts.
Yeah, that's a good thing tonight.
Fair enough. All right, we are going to be going to Parrish. Just be patient. Yes, but be patient, sir. We will get to the announcements very, very soon. Okay. I'm only here to fuck with Parrish, says BDJ. Well, you definitely didn't do that in terms of his points, my man. Like, if you really wanted to mess with him, you'd take his belt away. He's gonna snag both belts here in a minute if YouTube doesn't catch up. Yes, Parrish, you will be officially named the Twitch champion here in just a moment. So we will get to that momentarily, but we still have to see this out, especially because there's an opportunity. But I will say that if Parrish gets this next question right on YouTube, we don't have to go to a question 15. We will go to 15 for the fun of it.
Come on.
But if Parrish gets this one right, he will be crowned double champion on both sides of it. So here we go. Parrish for the big win and the unification. Held on June 10th, 1983, the Harley Race versus Ric Flair match in Missouri was what type of match? A steel cage match, B, a scaffold match, C, a Thunderdome match, or D, best 2 out of 3 falls match. Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, you familiar with this matchup?
Well, I think so. You're talking about an NWA World Heavyweight Championship match where the belt changed hands?
Just says that particular date. Didn't say anything about the belt changing hands, just that it was Race and Flair, June 10th, 1983. And then, we will have that coming in very soon. Can we get a step ladder for Parrish to accept his belts? Barry, there was no option for bra and panty seat matches, so that will not be an answer. Parrish, I'm not gonna put that one on screen, brother. We got some answers finally coming in here. Seems to be pretty unanimous so far. Everybody going with the same answer. Kind of curious if you'll know which one this is, Papa Smokes, or if
yeah.
yeah. All right, we're gonna lock those answers here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Answers are locked. Papa Smokes, please tell us what kind of match this was.
It was a cage match.
Yikes! Do we have to fact check this, Papa Smokes?
Well, if it's the match I'm thinking of where Flair beats Harley for it, yeah, it was a cage match.
But
I don't know if it's that match they're talking about.
No, it wasn't, because this one was where Race won. So Harley Race won his 7th NWA World Heavyweight title in a best 2 out of 3 falls matchup.
Oh.
Special referee Gene Kiniski counted Race's pin on Flair, Flair submission on Race with the figure 4, and then a split-second shoulder raise by Race in a double pinning predicament to call it for the win.
All right, then.
Chris Best wanted the extra point for getting it in there that Gene Kiniski was the guest referee in that one. I mean,
yeah.
You know what? I'll give you the point because, again, it essentially doesn't matter, Chris, because there's no catch and Parrish on that side of things anyway. So extra points, get it. I mean, the points on that side don't matter, Parrish. You've already won on that side, brother. But what are we at here? 6-6. There is no catching. So despite the fact that Chris Parrish missed on this one, so did everybody else. So we can officially say that at the end of 14 rounds of What the Fuck Do We Know About Wrestling Pub Trivia Night, Chris Parrish is the new Twitch Trivia International Intercontinental Champion of the World and remains the YouTube undefeated, undisputed, uncontested champion of the world. Parrish, on both sides of things, congratulations, my Brunchbuster brother, for winning both belts. I can only imagine the bragging that is going to be done on the streams coming up, whether it be Busted Out, whether it be all of the Survivor Series shit going on this weekend, or whether it be Monday Night Raw watch along. Parrish is going to have some gloating going on. Congratulations, Chris Parrish, says Bobby. Parrish, we will. BDJ, come on, dude. It's over. Brian saying my answer remains F. Best, I blame my being hooked on finishing The Last of Us. Well, that was your call, my man. That means that in December, in our Christmas edition, you're going to have to make sure that you're here and have a chance to try to win it back, brother. You know, the title will be on the line again. Parrish saying thank you, and I said the day one I'd do this. You did say it. I mean, he's not lying to you guys. CPR, you were you were the Last of Us, Chris Best. Good one. But yes, Parrish winning the double title spot. For the fun of it, because I like doing this, we're going to give you guys what question 15 would have been just to see what you would have answered. The last question would have been, who was the last AWA World Heavyweight Champion? Was it A, Kurt Hennig, B, the living legend Larry Zbyszko, C, Mr. Sato, or D, Nick Bockwinkel? Your time starts now. Papa Smokes, you definitely know this one, don't you?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it got a little murky at the end there. The belt got tossed around a bit, but I still think I know.
Best is already claiming that he's going to become the three-time Twitch International Intercontinental Twitch Trivia Champion of the World. And Bobby tried his best to get that title back. Bobby, we're going to do this again in December. You come on back, and we love having you here every single show, every single week. You're
yeah, Bobby,
awesome dude. Come back all the time. F has been a very popular answer, especially towards that booby guy. But we're gonna say these answers are just about locked at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Answers are locked. Papa Smokes, you're the AWA guy. Let us know, what was this one?
Yeah, everything was in a mess at the end there, but I think it was Larry Zbyszko was the last champion.
Larry Sabisco, and we got Larry's across the board, it looks like, for the most part. Barry saying letter A, which would have been Kurt Hennig, but that would be incorrect. Larry Zabisco was the answer there as the last AWA champion. So congrats to anybody who said Larry Zabisco. You are correct. We've got, hold on here. Brian says, as the original YouTube champ, it's great to see the prestige and battle is taking place on this side.
What a sport.
It very much is. Yeah, it truly is. Parrish now with 2 title defense. That's his first defense of the YouTube belt successfully. And now he has that Twitch one as well, too. And is also officially, that's 2 times a Twitch champion? I don't remember. No, hold on here. No. That's not yet. But Parrish is just 2 times. Yeah, double champ. That's what it is. Double champ. Best saying, speaking of Adventures in Larryland is a fantastic read. We got 1 time here. Okay, yeah. 2 times on the YouTube. That's right. Okay. Fair enough. And Barry, it's not easy to get this few points in multi-choice quizzes. Maybe I'll make the Christmas edition a little bit easier just to get the ball rolling. We'll see. We'll see how festive and jolly I feel in December. Bobby saying, your guys' thoughts on Janai Kai wrestling against Maki Ito for the MLW Featherweight Championship at MLW One Shot. MLW One Shot looks fucking great. You got double women's matches in the featherweight division. You've got that great main event of Alex Kane versus Matt Cardona. You got all sorts of things going on there with great show. And it's a Thursday night. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. Hold on here. Don't give me no Christmas Day shit. There is no Christmas Day challenge that's going to happen for Ring Respect Radio. No. I have to, if I'm looking at the calendar of December, it wouldn't even fall on Christmas, my man. We're probably looking more around the 21st. I'm thinking would probably be realistic for when we do this. So not Christmas Day, just so you know. No, it's Christmas theme. I mean, maybe I fucked it up, but come on. I've had like 16 joints since I got home. So what do you expect? Let's go with theme night, like 1980s WWF. Brian likes 1980s WWF. We could do that sometime. I'd be okay with that.
I love an idea.
Yeah, I will. I'll put that in memory and go from there. So let's keep that thought. But yeah, lots of great things to think about coming up. I'm sure we'll do some end of the year stuff as well too. I mean, we've had a great year here with Ring Respect Radio, Pop Smokes. I'm sure we'll be bringing you guys some of our favorite moments and stuff like that as we just kind of kick back, get drunk, have fun. But MLW One Shot, we're definitely going with the eggnog theme. I think is what we're going.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah. Barry's taking off again. Barry, glad you were able to spend the time. I know that you're 6-7 hours ahead of us, so the fact that you were able to be able to join us is always fantastic. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Love you, bro.
And then we got Bobby saying he misses Becca. Well, you know what? Oh, hold on here. Andre's up in the house. Andre, that Canada dude. How's it going, brother? Glad to see you. Brian, we'll get to your question in just a moment. Love you too, Andre. Where are we at here? Hold on. But we go to, Bobby saying he misses Becca. So Becca set up Love Doug tonight on MLW Fusion in a very funny fashion. The poor bastard Love Doug thought he was getting his date with Becca finally, and he's all suited up. He looked kind of dapper, Papa Smokes. I got to give Love Doug credit. He was looking like a sharp-dressed man here tonight, ready to go on his big date with pop superstar Becca. And lo and behold, he walks into a room, and that wasn't Becca. It was Becca's boyfriend there with a crowbar, beat the living piss out of Love Doug on Thanksgiving of all days. It was rather brutal. But that's going to tie in a little bit to what we got here from Brian Carter and our thoughts on MLW's Fightland. I thought Fightland, for something that, it didn't seem to feel like it had much going on. Yes, poor Love Doug, I agree. Like 4 matches as opposed to the 5. They had already started promoting matches for MLW's One Shot, so I kind of started feeling like Fightland was an afterthought. And Fightland wasn't perfect, but we had fun with it. I thought the main event was awesome. The only thing I would say is when you've got multiple matches that go outside the ring and use weapons, because, you know, you had Mance Warner and Matt Cardona do it. You had it happen in the Lucha tag match. Every match went outside the ring. Every match used weapons. That's right, Bobby. Yes, it was Brett Ryan Goslin or whatever. Yeah, he kind of looks like Ryan Gosling. And Fred Flintstone, yes, stole the show because we could have some laughs at it. But honestly, I was like, I just wish they wouldn't have taken away from the main event doing the spots outside of the ring, because it felt like by the time those guys got to there, I wasn't as interested in that portion of it. But once they got back in the ring and it became a wrestling match, it was great. And I put that all out of mind and loved everything about that match in the end anyway, because holy shit, Jacob Fatu, Alex Gain. I mean, again, did we expect a Jacob Fatu match not to go outside the ring and use some kind of weapon in the process? Like, Jesus. But 48 minutes of pure mayhem inside that ring. They tore the house down. Excellent. They have been putting Alex Kane over massively with all of this. And again, if he comes out successful, even with Hammerstone turning and joining WTF and all this kind of stuff, which again, that swerve was enough for me to say Fightland made an impact, because that swerve was probably the best wrestling swerve I have seen in a long ass time, to the point where I popped, and I popped big time. I was so shocked when it happened, but that made the whole night for me, was seeing the whole twist at the end, that great matchup with that twist that we never saw coming. Fantastic move by MLW. Bob Smokes, your thoughts?
Yeah, we needed some news about Hammerstone one way or the other. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting to get it through the product, like through the presented product on TV. And that's what made it such a good swerve. And how exciting is that, too, that, just when we thought we were going to lose Hammerstone for good, looks like we might have him back for at least an angle. And, he can go out with a bang instead of a whimper.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm glad he came back. And again, Papa Smokes, we've been saying it for years. And what else happened at MLW's Fightland? Steph DeLander finally showed up and made an impact there. And that was the other part for me that I kind of popped at, because again, Steph DeLander got in there, beat the piss out of old Manser. And again, Steph DeLander looks like she should be getting in there and battling these dudes, because I'm pretty sure she could mop the floor with most of the MLW roster. Andre saying he can't wait for MLW one shot in December. Just he has to work that night, so going to have to see it after. Reach out to me, Andre. We'll hook you up with being able to see that for sure. Bobby, Steph DeLander, Chris, it was a shocked finish. It was really what, because they played that so well. The reports and everything were so on the path of what we have seen from MLW, with wrestlers not getting answers and silently being released and all this shit. And they fucking played us with it. And I love that. I like to be fooled by professional wrestling. And I got fooled by MLW and Alexander Hammerstone the other night.
It's kind of like the only way nowadays that promoters and wrestling companies can trick the fans anymore is to put business stuff out there and just assume that the fans will go for those rumors, right? Like, and you can, that things can be planted in the dirt sheets, and once it gets whispered to a couple of people, it's going to become a rumor, and a lot of those people will believe that. And I firmly believe that that's one of the only sort of tenets of kayfabe that can be done anymore. I mean, I don't think this is true right now, but just imagine for a second that that's what Tony Khan's doing with the fans. He told everyone, he put it out there that he fired Punk, but he didn't. It's an angle, right? Like, wouldn't that be crazy? Like, wouldn't that just absolutely have everybody's jaws on the floor? I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but nowadays that's, I think, how promoters need to use the media and the dirt sheets and the rumor mill and all that to their advantage. That's the only way you can get a surprise anymore.
I agree with you wholeheartedly there, Bob Stokes. Parrish claiming breaking news that Chris Parrish may be wrestling for PPW in 24. I have a feeling he means Pure Power Wrestling because I haven't heard this rumor about anything to do with Prairie Pro Wrestling anyway. But it might be the other PPW, Pure Power Wrestling. But he may not as well. So stay tuned. I guess we'll find out later on if any of that is true.
Tease.
He is
He's
a
such
tease.
a tease.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Bobby says Steph Delander for the MLW Women's Featherweight Championship or World Championship. He's saying,
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. And then Becca Beater, that could happen. There's so much going on with the featherweight division. I mean, 2 matches for the first time ever on a main card at MLW One Shot, and both title matches as well too, because we will have Janai Kai defending her belt as well as the Princess of Princess Championship being on the line. Delmi Exo getting that shot. So it's going to be interesting to see how One Shot pans out. I think it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a blast. Again, I know, I believe Melwall is going to be joining us that night. Chris Parrish, of course. Chris Best will probably hop in there and hang out as well, too. Tony Khan has another huge announcement. He signed Chris Parrish. Tony Khan thinks waking up at 5 in the morning is a huge announcement. Brian Carter, LS Cino says bring on the fresh meat. Oh, Brian Carter, you don't even know what you're in for when the chairs match gets released in the new year. Oh my God, man. Absolute brutal chaos. Even our poor friend, Mr. Basser there, got a little bit of the shit kicking in the process. He's got a battle scar in the form of a big ass bruise on his leg that he got that night. It was chaos. El Assassino was at his absolute meanest on that show, and I imagine he's going to be just as equally PO'd and ready to fight somebody come December 2nd here, Papa Smokes. And we're going to talk about that next week on the program when Basser joins us here to talk all things. As we're about to head into an ad break, it says, can I stop the ad break? I don't know. We'll see if it stopped it or not. But anyway, MLW, here we go. MLW haven't announced matches for the Fusion tapings for December 7th. That's okay because they've announced one hell of a card for One Shot in the process. Maybe they won't do, well, I don't know. It would be kind of silly if they didn't do tapings, but maybe they're going to take a little bit of a hiatus until early January and then bring something else back then. They usually kind of take a bit of a break there from December till January, I've noticed in the past, and we usually roll into something like Kings of Coliseum or one of those type events. I have a really sneaking suspicion after what we saw at the end of Fightland that we're inevitably leading to a WTF versus Beaumaye Fight Club inside the War Chamber.
Oh yeah, we always had. That's another one of the big cards coming up that they're going to have a lot of top talents, big teams to go against each other, 2 big factions. That would work out perfectly.
It really would. That would be 2 great factions. In fact, Beaumaye, the momentum that they've got going right now is just absolutely phenomenal. And again, we saw Faye Jackson now been entering down to ringside there with the Beaumaye Fight Club. So again, they might be now adding Faye Jackson into the mix for the featherweight division. You got another absolute powerhouse there. That again, there's somebody else that can snag some gold for the Beaumaye Fight Club as well too. We're talking a really solid build towards a new formation of MLW. We've seen this many times before. We see a lot leaving. We see a lot coming back in, or a lot of new faces coming in, and the rebuild, the reshape starting to happen. You're riding with WTF, man. You must be a big MSL fan there, Brian. I think you're digging those velvet-like jumpsuits that he wears to the office every single day. Somebody will get you one for Christmas. We'll tell Santa to put it on.
That's what you should ring announce in.
I should ring announce in that. Actually, you know what's funny about that? My boss at work found an actual money suit. That it is
nice.
Yeah, he found a money suit, but they currently don't have my size available, so I'm kind of waiting it out. There's the money suit, and he found more further bling to add to the outfit as well too, in the form of shades. I think it was also another chain with a $sign. And speaking of that, Basser's got some more of the old spinners on the way. They're going to be available hopefully at the next Prairie Pro Wrestling show on the 2nd. Bobby saying King of Coliseum's happening January 6th on Fight TV. There you go. January 6th is the answer to that one. And what is January 6th? Is that a Saturday this time around? I'm hoping so. It's always fun. Yeah, that'll be a Saturday. So we're going to be kicking off the new year in MLW fashion with the first Saturday of 2024 and King of Coliseum. So again, you're going to be able to join us here for another watch along that night as well too. So get yourself into a party mode because we're going to kick off the new year right MLW style. But aside from that, I think that's about all I've got here tonight for you guys. Papa Smokes, anything else you want to add to the evening here before we say goodnight and head to bed because it's getting a little late?
No, that was a rousing game of trivia. I love to see the chat action filled like that and a little bit of talk between some of these fans. Good stuff, man, and a big victory tonight.
Huge victory. The first time we've ever seen a double champion. So congratulations, Chris Parrish, on that. Now we go to the most expensive part of every Ring Respect radio show. It's the super ticker for Papa Smokes as he tells you all where you can find him and where you can reach out to him.
Yes, super ticker, baby. And I am on Elon Musk's free speech wonderland known as X. My address is at smokes_papa. And then I can be found also on Twitch at papa_smokes_.
That's where you can find the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Papa Smokes. And down at that ticker below is where you're going to find me, Bobby Munson. Just dropped today. You can check out the latest edition of Killer Cuts with myself and Astra Pizarro. It's talking all about the movie Thanksgiving. It is spoiler heavy, so if you haven't seen the movie, make sure to avoid it until you have, and then come on back and check it out. We are now going to be heading out for a raid. It's raid time, baby. And I see that our good friend Mike the Ref is online. And anytime I see Mike the Ref, I want to help him out. We're going to be sending you raiders over on the Twitch side to Mike the Ref. Give him an OLE. Hello from Bobby and Papa Smokes over at Ring Respect Radio. And we do really appreciate each and every one of you joining in and participating on the show, whether it was on the Twitch side or on the YouTube side. We appreciate everything you do for us here at Ring Respect Radio. But you know what? That's it. That's all. That's another show. In the meantime and in between time, we'll see you next Thursday night. Take care, everybody.